Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan, and today I'm going to show you a brand new recipe I found on the US Cookie Do. Now, does anyone else have families and kids and things like that who like eggs? Because today is an egg recipe. Now, my kids love eggs. They love all things eggs. We have eggs with breakfast. They would have a boiled egg every day if they could. They like fried eggs. They like poached eggs. Anything eggs, happy days. So today I thought I'd do an omelette. I mean, it is called an egg wrap. It's from the US. If you're having trouble finding it, put a comment below because I'd love to show you how. But I'd also love to know if you've done an omelette, a steamed omelette in the Thermomix, because there's nothing quite like it. It gets a real beautiful fluff, nearly like a souffle. I don't know if you've had one of those, but amazing. So let me show you today how to make it. It's awesome, okay? You've got to do this. If you've not tried it, you've got to give it a go. First thing it's going to get you to do is actually get 2 sheets of baking paper to lay on your Varoma tray. Now I'm just going to do one and then I'll recycle it for the second. And you just scrunch it underwater so that it has this beautiful layer of bubbles of water literally on it. It goes in your Varoma tray, which is your top tray, okay? And then you've got the base underneath, which you might put veggies in it or something like that. By the way, if you ever have to cook for someone who doesn't want meat in the underneath food, say you're making, let me think, a soup, and you've got veggies on top or rice underneath with the veggies and meat on top, you can put the baking paper in and keep the chicken juices or the fish juices in here. So a little tip of the day as well. By the way, Varoma, get the use out of it. It is just an amazing tool, okay? So it comes with your Thermomix. Those of you who have one would know this, but if you don't have one, you don't have to get it separately. It comes with. And it's just an amazing tool. So it will expand your cooking capacity. It gives you that healthy steaming. Just absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'm waffling. Let's keep going. Scrunch it up and put it under water. Next, we're going to grate some cheese. How cool is it that we can grate cheese in the Thermomix and you've got no coating on them? So let's hit the tear button. If I can, there we go. 2 ounces. I think I've got a bit more than 2. Now you're probably going, ounces? What? It's from the US. US do work in ounces. Don't worry about it, it just matches up, okay? Or today I've gone a little bit over, but that's okay. Click on next, and it's going to get you to put the lid on, and we're going to chop this down. So, 5 seconds, speed 6. And that's how long it is to grate cheese. How easy is that? Okay, next up, it's got 1 ounce of baby spinach. Now, if you need a bit of a rule of thumb, say you're shopping and you're like, how much is 1 ounce? Multiply by 3 and add a 0. So that's going to be 1 ounce is going to be 3 ounce, add a 0, 30 grams. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 3, add 0. So 30 grams. Got my spinach up the back here. By the way, oh, I'm a little heavy-handed today, that's okay. If you don't like spinach, I reckon you could leave it out. I reckon you could put a little bit of purple onion in there and chop that in there. Don't use brown, it'll be too bitey. If you wanted to put some mushrooms in there, that would work as well. Some herbs of some sort. I'm not going to put that much herbs in. They're talking about fresh herbs. I'll just put about ½ teaspoon in of herbs. They're just mixed herbs. And on with the lid. And that's going to chop through now. 4 seconds, speed 5. Now you need a bowl to put this aside in because we're going to whip up the eggs next. So it says transfer to a bowl and set aside. So you can see in there we've got that beautiful chop. Just checking you guys can see that. Of that all in there. How good is the chopping in the Thermomix? Now don't stress about getting all the mix out. Okay, I didn't grab a spatula out. I should do that later. Just get most of it out. Okay, because what we're doing now is we're going to mix the egg mix up anyway, so then it's going to all become part of the same thing in the end. Okay, next 3 eggs in they go. I reckon as well, for those of you who feed a large family, you could double this. This is going to go with a side of sausages for the kids, so it doesn't particularly matter that it's smaller, although I did think about doing double. 2 ounces of water. Just let me grab that. Sorry, I wasn't that organised on that one. In it goes. It is interesting that it's got water in here. You wouldn't normally see that in an omelette recipe, but you might see milk. Yeah, that would normally be what you'd be putting in it, or cream, which you could do. There's no reason why you can't do that. Some salt. It says 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to guesstimate, not too much, because I'm worried that if you put too much in there, you're going to get too salty. You could put veggie stock in there. I reckon that'd be beautiful in there. Next up, some pepper. Next, and on with a lid. And this is going to whip these eggs up. Won't take long. 5 seconds, speed 5. How cool is that? Just look in the chat. Has anybody actually done omelette before? Love to know. Transfer to a bowl and set aside. Now I don't need to do that. I have a second bowl, and actually the kids made smoothies in it earlier, so it's already actually dirty, which doesn't matter because this is going to be the steaming water that's going to steam the omelette. So I'm just going to put my steaming water in, and it says to add 20 ounces of water, which is about 600 grams. Place the Varoma in position. So I'll put that on top there. We take our measuring cup out. For those of you with a TM6, we just rock it out so it doesn't fall out. Well, it doesn't fall out like a TM31 or a TM5 does. Insert the Varoma tray, like so. You can see the picture. There's always the picture to help. And line with one piece of parchment. So the parchment's on there. Carefully pour half the egg mixture in. Now just make sure it is sitting down. In it goes. You want enough to cover the bottom. I don't think you'll be able to quite see what I'm up to, but you want enough to cover that bottom of the tray. I mean, you can always whip up more eggs anyway later if you need to. Then it says to evenly sprinkle with the reserved cheese mix. So I've just put this on top. I might lift you guys up to show you in a second what this looks like. It's going to be a fair bit of the mix actually, surprisingly. Just spread it out. And then it tells you to put the lid on. Now let me just show you guys. Let's just carefully lift you up and see if we can show you. Let me have a look at that camera. Can you guys see that mix in there? Okay, put you back down. All right, and then lid goes on and we set and forget, which is the beauty of Thermomix cooking. Now, a couple of ideas for this recipe. It'll be done in 10 minutes, but what else could you do? Under here, you could be having a pumpkin soup or a veggie soup or anything you like under there, really. You could be even cooking rice under there. 20 minutes is how long it'll take you to cook white rice, and this will cook at the same time. If you do that, you may need to extend the cook time just a little bit. Actually, in saying that, it only takes 10 minutes. Probably not. If it was 20 minutes that it was requiring and you put the rice underneath, which takes 20 minutes, because it has to heat up that rice, it might have taken longer, but in this case, no. It should be done. If you put 20 minutes on there to cook rice, you'd have this done in the same time. So this will literally be done in that time. At the end of it, it has cheese put, I think it's cheese, and ham put on it, and I roll it up and I slice it up. Okay, that's how we finish off this dish. So incredibly easy. You'll find it's really easy to work with on the parchment paper. It makes the rolling really super easy at the end. So give this recipe a go. When you do, tag me in the picture. I'd love to know what you think. It's a really nice way of, and another way of having eggs, which of course are so healthy for you as well. But that's it from me this week. I hope you've had a fantastic week, and I hope you've enjoyed the videos. Let me know if I can help you with anything with your Thermomix. Please remember to keep feeding your friends and family your Thermomix food, and when they're curious and interested, let me know. I'd love to help them get one on the bench. This month when they're buying a Thermomix, they get a choice of adding on the Meter Plus, the cookbook and the skewers for $49, which is a beautiful bundle. I did not bring my Meter Plus away to be able to show you. Sorry guys. I told you weight was important. No, I just didn't bring it. So that is actually the add-on this month, which you can see on my profile and everything anyway. But otherwise, take care, and I will see you next week. Might even see you over the weekend for some cooking, but I'll definitely be back next week in the afternoon for some more inspiration for your Thermomix. So take care. Thanks to those of you coming along and saying hi as well, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now, guys.